What's up? What's up? Y'all know life be lifing. I'm your life coach Lala, your family, your friend. So grab you a seat, take a deep breath, and let's get into it. Y'all gotta excuse my voice, y'all. I got a little sinus, cold, allergy, something going on here. It went through. Shell brought it back and gave it to me. But today I want to talk about comparison. In the sense of, so when I first ever started my weight loss journey 3-4 years ago, that's actually what got me into life coaching, because I was making a lot of content around my weight loss journey. So that's how I initially started getting into content creation. I didn't know that's what it was called, but I was just doing it to excuse me, hold myself accountable. So I did it live. My weight loss, all 387 pounds of it was live. And I got down to half my size, which I got down to the smallest of 160. And that was in the beginning of 2024. I did not gain tremendous weight until probably June or July is when I really started showing, and I was still kind of working out February, March. Then I ended up stopping because I ended up being high risk, and I was just having some issues. The baby felt like it was finna come out, so I couldn't run no more. I couldn't do any of those things, so I got put on bed rest. And so during then, I was eating things that I shouldn't have been eating, so I started gaining weight. Then after I had her, I was actually smaller, but I weighed more, which muscle weighs more than fat. So that makes total sense. So whereas now I've lost that muscle gain, I'm a little more fat. I have more fat than I do muscle. And I'm okay with that too, but I weigh less. I just have to tone myself back up. But anyways, I made a video 4 years ago, of 387 pound Lala then. At that time, I was going by Shonda, y'all know. And I just made the video just encouraging her, loving on her, telling her how proud I was of her being able to complete the goal, how proud I was that she stuck with it and kept going, and how proud I am of her to be going through, at that time I was going through a divorce. I was separated. I had not got a divorce yet, but that was part of the process. I had a child who had autism, so that was a learning curve for me as well. I was dealing with my thyroid, which is 1 minute it's hypo, then it's hyper, so it's up, then it's over, then it's under, that type of thing. I've not had a settle, oh, this is what your thyroid is going to be. So 12 years ago, I got diagnosed with a thyroid problem after I had my third child. After I had him, I kept gaining, well, I wouldn't say gaining weight. I got really big. I kept retaining fluid. I was having headaches and things like that. And I ended up, my thyroid was way out of control, to the point where it was so swole. My goiter was so swole that we had to do radiation because I didn't want to get the surgery to cut it out. So I got the surgery to kill it with radiation instead, which did cause my hair to fall out a little bit. But I also struggled with it for a while because I felt like I had no control. I have never heard of it. I never knew what it, I didn't understand it totally. So I just was kind of in like a rut. Like for me, I didn't feel like I had control over my life. I felt like the doctors was controlling it. And for the longest, they kept trying to say, oh, you need this, you need that, you need that. They kept emphasizing weight loss, or kept emphasizing, I'm like, no, I'm gonna lose the weight. And so I ended up, when I lost the first 10 pounds, I celebrate all the small wins. When I lost the 30 pounds, oh, baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. When I lost 50, I knew I had this in the bag. Then when I lost 100, that's when my thyroid was like, yeah, no. It stalled my weight loss. I actually started gaining weight. And my blood pressure ended up going up. I had got off a blood pressure meds. I was so proud of myself. But then my thyroid was like, no, what you trying to do? What you trying to do? So it was working against me, not with me. And so we did what we had to do for me to get over that hurdle. And then I got down to 160. But in the meantime, like I said, get back to the video. Also, I was eating out a lot. Although I said I was a healthy fat person, the video was an eye-opener because I seen her then and she was not happy. Although I said I was not happy. I wasn't happy in the situation I was in. I wasn't happy to even take a step back and look at myself and to see how much I had let myself go. Like, I wasn't the happy me that I was. I didn't have a representative of me then. So I didn't know, I was a teen mom. I had my baby. I got pregnant at 15, had him when I was 16. He's 21 now. And, I was going through a lot. I didn't have a me. I didn't have anyone then that I could look up to and be like, oh, what can I do to change? All I knew was that I didn't want my kids to grow up in the lifestyle in which I did. I didn't want things to happen to them that happened to me. So I knew I had to change. I had to be that change. I had to, be the one to change my generation. And that's what I did. Was it perfect? No. But that video really, it really hit home for me because it was eye-awakening. It was nice. I waited 2 years before I actually went. I set a reminder on my calendar. I think I actually linked the video to the calendar, or put it in the calendar some kind of way. But I went and looked at that video, and when I tell you it was rewarding, it was sad. I had so many mixed emotions going on because I could see the pain on her face. I remember plenty of nights that I would be working out and my kids would be encouraging me because I'm crying because I felt defeated. Like, being 387 pounds and trying to do workouts like normal, or I wouldn't say normal, smaller individuals, because the workout group I was in, they were smaller. And I was like, hey, I need some modifications. And they were like, oh, do the best you can do, hun. And so I started doing my own modifications. I started looking on you. That's what got me into looking to YouTube, looking at, videos that I could implement, or moves that I could implement, or ways that I just started adjusting the workout routine to fit me, because I dogged my body then. I messed up my knees. Like, I had to go see a sports doctor. I wasn't taking breaks. Like, I was literally dogging my body to get that weight off. And it cost me. It truly cost me. But I enjoyed the fact that I did lose the weight. And I'm working on it now. Do I want to be that small again? Probably so. But in a more toned way. Maybe not as small. But more toned. Will I ever probably get back to 160? Probably not. Close to it. If I was to get under 100 pounds right now, I'd be cool. Like, I'm lying. I want to be at 160. But I want to be a more muscle version of the 160. Not so lean. I did a lot of running then. Definitely I enjoyed running. And I do want to get back into that. I do have to get back into a routine. I have not been able to find that sweet spot because I'm doing advisory boards. I'm doing I'm on an actual board. I'm a board member. I'm doing my content. Want to launch this thing, start this project. Like, I am stretched thin, and I'm trying at the best I can do at my capacity, and also be able to fit that workout in. I just have not found that sweet spot for me yet. I'm used to working out 4 o'clock in the morning, but as of now, since I had Naya, I have not been able to. I really feel like my body is trying to recuperate because I never had a chance to rest. When I had Naya, I went to work probably 3-4 weeks after I had her. I was still healing. I had stitches, everything at Amazon, because I had to. And that was what was required of me because I had kids and we needed somewhere to stay. So I had to do what I had to do. I had to put my big girl drawers on, get it in. And I just didn't have that support. Like, I thank God I have it now. Like, Nia grandma has done everything for Nia. I haven't had to do too much of anything for her, to be honest. And that has been very nice. And Nia's the baby. She's the baby out of the 5. And again, that video, I think, I challenge you to do a video. Do a video on something that, you know, that is a big goal that's going to require some time to commit to it, to finish it. And I would say make that video and wait a year or 2 years to look at that video, because when you see that growth, when you see that you now, talk to yourself now. Tell your future self how proud you're going to be of he or she. You know, encourage her or him. Make sure that you're telling your future self, you know, I love you. We're in this together. You are somebody. You know, not just appreciate where you at now, and also give appreciation to your future self. Trust me. You like to look at that video. I promise you guys, I'm gonna post it one day. I'm gonna post the video. I'm gonna have to go back and find it, but I'm gonna post it for everybody to see it, just to kind of get some sort of idea, you know, or just to be a little bit more transparent. Because honestly, I've never seen myself. I've never saw myself sitting in front of a camera, encouraging women and men to be their best self, encouraging teen moms to continue going when people don't see anything beyond you having a baby, or that your life is over because you had a baby. Now, I'm not encouraging teen pregnancy, but we get looked at as it's a bad thing, it's shoved to the side, or you're not the best, or you're seen as a misfit, or you're less than, when honestly, to be honest, I'm probably better off than more of the girls who I hung around who did not have a baby when I was the only one pregnant at that point in time. And I'm just gonna be honest. I did not pop my kids back to back like it was put on me. Like, a lot of people had a lot of negative things to say about me being a teen parent. But, you know, I did what I had to do. Me and my son, I was 15. Like I said, I was 16 when I had him. We grew up together. I had a car, I had a job, but mainly I worked fast food restaurants because I didn't see beyond my nose. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't have a me saying, you know, you can do this. You don't have to be just this. I didn't see being a teen mom wasn't, I don't know, if it was a thing, nobody ever talked about it. It was shameful. Whereas I think eventually, maybe a year after I had my son, I seen teen moms that made it a whole TV series. And it seemed to be a common thing. But to be honest, I feel like it was common before then. It's just that we didn't have the teeth. It wasn't being televisionized, or it wasn't being talked about on social media. So I'm glad to be that you, or be that me for you all, whoever this is. I will find my tribe. My tribe will find me. Although I'm not getting as many views, I don't do it for the views. I do it for myself. I do it for the little girl who needs that encouragement, or the man or woman that needs that encouragement, or the person that life is lifing, and you still can do what it is that you should do in the midst of lifing. I was going through all type of things, and I did not use it as an excuse for me to lose that weight. I pushed through it. I kept persevering. I did not tell anybody what was going on. I completed Black Masterminds. I got my life coaching certificate. Like, I did all of these things all while going through life problems, and I shared with no one. I didn't tell anyone to afterwards. And the things that, like, a lot of people talked grimy to me during those years, because they didn't have no idea what was going on. So they were talking, I would say, out the side of their necks. It was encouraging me, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that nobody had empathy for me, because I feel like I probably would have fell back in that same poor me mode But when people will say, oh, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that, it pushes me, because I like for people to tell me what I can't do or what I won't do. Because when you tell me that, I'm gonna do it. And I'm doing it to show you that it can be done. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's messy. And through the messiness and all of that, I got it done. I did it. And now I'm going to be that me for someone else in the future. Like I said, I don't get as many views as now, but I do the content because this is my happy space. This is what I love doing. This is my calling. This is what I meant to do. And I would never thought in a million years I would be in front of a camera sharing my story, at least parts of it. You guys have not really heard all of it, but I will get there. There's just certain things right now that I'm just not comfortable touching on at the moment. I still got, working on self, it's a consistent, constant thing. It's not just a one-time, one fit, and you're done. You have to continuously do it. And I fell back on that. Like, within the last year, I kind of just stopped. And I let life me. And I had, it's so crazy because the life be lifing, when I first ever said it, it was an accident. The way in which I said it. And I just, it kind of resonated with me, and it rung, and I kind of kept it, and I just kept saying it. And I will give a shout out to my cousin Lisa, because when we went to go visit last year for Christmas, she made some kind of statement like, life be lifing, right? And she's like, I like when you say that. And I'm like, do you? Because to me, it just sounded so weird saying it. But now it's a thing, because life does life. Like, and that's how I felt then. Life is gonna be life. Life is gonna throw all kind of lemons at you, and baby, we gotta make lemonade. You hear me? But make that video. Give yourself a year or two. Go back and look at that video, and I promise you to see the progress, to see the new you, to see the way in which your thought process changed, the way in which you look, like all of that. Be very observant. Be very intentional when you're making this video. Like, not just to criticize yourself, but be honest with yourself. Be real with yourself. And stick with that goal. Complete that goal. Watch that video 1 to 2 years from now and thank me later. Okay? But if this is your first time seeing one of my videos, make sure that you like, share, or subscribe. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whichever platform that you're watching it on right now. Make sure you subscribe to these videos. Make sure you like my content. Make sure you check me out. Support me, because I support you guys. I see a whole bunch of stories go up now. I see a whole bunch of posting happening now on Facebook. This is where I see it at. I don't really do too much on TikTok or Instagram, though. They kind of automatically post for me. But I'm more of a Facebook kind of person. I'm an 80s baby, so Facebook makes sense to me. And that's where I have my most followers at. I'm actually picking up on YouTube a little bit. I'm getting some traction. But I'm a work in progress. And my tribe will find me. I'm doing this for the future people. Maybe I'm just ahead of my time right now, so I don't get as many views, and that's okay. Because I'm not doing it for the views. I'm just doing it to be consistent. I'm doing it because this is who I am. I want to help the people. So I want to be that example. I want to be able to encourage that teen mom when people say you can't do it, you can. You do not have to be a statistic. Like, statistically, I should not be where I'm at now. But, baby, I'm a generational curse breaker. You hear me? So, life was lifing my whole entire life. It still is. Because, I mean, in order to break generational curses, you gotta walk through some fire, right? But you got this. Share my videos. Continue to support me. Continue to watch me. All right, y'all. Love you. Bye.